Guys, I'm Kes from Spirit and Bear. And I've forgotten my words already. Okay, so this is my very first live, so I do apologise if I mess up a little bit, but we'll try not to. Today I have 3 earworms. I have first Andy Heel. You brought him up on screen? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's brought him up on screen. Okay, then we have Andy the Ox. Okay, so if you've got any tool questions, ask him. He's great. And then we have the one and only Phil. He's my favourite weirdo. Okay, so right. Today I'm going to be making. Now I've got to remember how to pronounce this. I've been practicing, but it's a hard word. It's a Melinure. Am I right, Andy?
Molnja.
Molnure, which is in English Thor's hammer. Okay, so today we're going to be making Thor's hammer. So instead of yapping, let's get cracking. Okay, can we pull this camera down? Yeah. So I'm just going to pull the camera down to the scroll saw. There we go. So let's get going. So what I've got here is a piece of paddock, and this will be the backplate. We've got quite a few things to do today, so there will be, unfortunately, a few Blue Peter moments because I simply haven't got the time in an hour to do everything. So we're just scrolling away at the moment.
Cool. Do you want me to let you know who's in the chat?
Yes, please. That would be great.
Say hi and all that, Badger.
Yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you for reminding me.
No worries, me old throat. Right, we've got Making a Better Life. We've got
Hi,
Gerard
guys.
French Turner.
Hi.
Brian at Hartwood Turning. Peter Cochran. We've got Heidi at Whitehall Pottery. Andy Pugh. Andy.
Hello, everybody.
Sporadic Videos, Jeff S, Dr. Bob, Jappy, Circular Keith by Wood. Whoa, it just went mental then. Carl Jacobson, hello Carl.
Hello.
Jeff S. If I didn't already, Malcolm Douglas, Vicky Jenkinson, nearly, CJ's Hobbies, Duncan the Curly Turner, Chisky Wood, Joe Garofolo, Rex B, John S. Where are we at? John S. Whoa. Go back. Radio Face Woodworks. Cool. Like that. Steve Ellis. And I think we're there.
Awesome. Hello, everybody, and welcome.
And you've
To my
got
crazy
5 million people watching.
I don't think that's quite right, but hey ho.
Nice.
So what we're going to be doing is we're just starting off with scrolling, when I can scroll on the right line. Then we'll be moving over. I will be shaping the hammer that I've got to cut here with the Dremel, and then a bit of sanding. We're not going to do too much sanding because we all know sanding is very boring. Then we will be moving on to a bit of pyrography. So adding some details into the hammer.
Out of interest, Kes, one thing I do find difficult is getting a design onto wood. How do you did you just draw it out freehand, or did you use something tracing paper? Or?
Okay, so sometimes I draw onto tracing paper. Well, it's actually baking paper because it's cheaper. I draw my designs out onto those, and then what I do is use that I can see through the wood, see through the paper to the wood, so I can match up the grain wherever I need to on certain parts, and then I'll tape it down to the piece of wood, and I will use graphite paper to then put underneath and pencil onto the top. Now, with these back plates that we're doing here, we don't want this bit, we only want this bit. So what I do is cut this piece out after I've traced it, cut it out, and then trace on the inside of here onto the next piece of wood, because then I know that will fit in there perfectly. But yeah, it's normally graphite paper that I use. Graphite paper is the better one because you can rub it out.
We do have a question in the chat from Rex B.
Yep.
What happened with previous examples of Thor's hammer? Did you give to the kids or did you sell them?
Say it again.
Your previous examples of Thor's hammer, did you give them to the kids or did you sell them?
I didn't quite catch that. Sorry, Andy.
That's okay. Can you hear me?
Previous examples of Thor's hammer, did you?
Oh, I forgot. I've got. Did he mean like drawing it out?
Yeah.
I can't quite hear because of this. Yeah, it's okay. I'm partially deaf, so I do apologise. I am actually fully deaf in my left ear, so I'm working on one ear and a scroll saw. So it's. I do apologise.
Cool. I've had some excuses in my time, Kez, but that's like.
Sorry.
Like, no, I'm joking, mate. You're all right.
No, it's all right. I don't care. It is what it is. But it's sometimes I just don't. Yeah, that's the one. But yeah, I'm not quite sure how to answer that question because I'm not quite sure what it means. I'm sorry.
You've done some other pictures though of Thor's hammer, haven't you?
Yes, I have got some pictures. Do you want to see the picture?
No. So what he's saying is, who got those ones basically?
Who got the pictures? I've got. They're just here at the moment. They're not going anywhere at the minute. This piece, when it's finished, will be going for raffle for charity. We'll be setting up a Just Giving page, and that will go to charity. The other pieces, I'm just going to make up and either raffle them or give them away or sell them. I'm not quite sure just yet, but somebody will enjoy them somewhere.
Cool. Oh, various people comparing notes about deafness.
Deafness, yes. I'm supposed to wear a hearing aid in my left ear, but it actually distorts what the little that I can hear, so I don't wear it. And then when the kids kind of like run in screaming or something like that, it squeals and it really hurts. So I just haven't worn it now for quite a few years.
Rex B again asks, can we get the charity page, website, or raffle site?
Phil is going to set that up after. We was going to set it up before, but we just didn't get time. And we couldn't decide a charity. So if anybody has got, a charity in mind that they'd like to sort of go with, then we're happy to.
The hearing dogs.
Eh?
The hearing dogs.
The hearing dogs, yeah, something like that. But yeah, no, anything. If you've got a charity that you want to see, then we're happy to, donate. So if you want to put anything in the chat, guys, then you're more than welcome.
Is that the Excalibur I see before me?
It is the EX30, the Axminster one.
Oh, the Axminster.
Yeah.
Lovely.
How are we doing for time, guys?
10 minutes in, mate.
Oh, doing okay then. Better than I thought.
that difficult to maneuver, Kez, when you're doing the intricate parts or going back on yourself?
Sorry, say it again, Andy. You're really quiet.
Right. Is the when you're doing the intricate parts with the scroll saw,
Yeah.
is it difficult to turn? Do you have to take quite a wide kind of berth when you're doing corners, or is it?
No, not necessarily. It depends on what size blade you use. Now, with this one, I'm using a number 3 Pegasus reverse tooth, so it cuts from the top and the bottom, but it's actually quite narrow. As you know, I started on the Dremel Moto saw, and the blades are quite wide, so they're good for like chunky things. But with these ones, they're just, you know, they're very narrow, so you can get your tight turns in. We're not quite on some of the lines, but it's lightning, so you know, it goes everywhere at once. After this, I've got the hammer to cut, and that's being cut on a piece of poplar because it's nice and soft to carve. Turn this around. You know, this live stuff's not actually as bad as I thought. The anticipation before it was a little crazy.
Oh, mate, it's just take it in your stride. It's not as bad as.
No, definitely not. It's just the anticipation. You know, when you haven't done something, it's just like, okay.
Oh, big time.
But you know, we can do hard things, and that's what I'm made for, isn't it?
Yeah. It's first of many, I hope, Kez.
Yeah, hopefully. It's just stepping over that boundary, isn't it?
Don't forget, guys. Sorry, Kez.
No, you're right. Go for it. No, you're right. Go for it.
I was just going to say, don't forget, guys, the Virtual Crafty is a festival. There are other guys and gals on after Kez. If you would like to check them out, that's on at Virtual Crafty link, which is in the description.
Yeah, we have Cammy's Garage on next, or Cammy's Garage, depending on what side of the pond you are from. And then after that, we have the one and only Wade and Woodturner. So.
Wait.
Yeah. So we carry on and do some of this lightning. But yeah, I was actually just going to ask if many people who they'd seen and sort of what they thought of the day. It's been a great day so far. So.
I have to say, I've unfortunately had fortunately had the pleasure of my son today. So, unfortunately, I was only managed to catch Dale at lunchtime, and sort of 10 minutes of each, which has been quite frustrating. Except Al, which really peed me off, but I was going to look at a van, so Al won't mind, I'm sure.
Oh, bless.
So I'll go and check that out later on once everybody else.
Well, that's the good thing about them, though, isn't it? You can check them out later on. They're great live.
Let me see if I can post that link. Whoa! No, not that one. Oh, I don't know if I'm not able to because I'm not a moderator on your channel.
Oh, what do you need to post? Phil, what do you need to post? He's
Phil,
here.
if you could post the virtualcrafty.com, me old bean.
He's here. He actually does a lot of stuff in the background for me that a lot of people don't, that you don't really see online. So he is my favourite person.
Well, that's good that he's your favourite person as you work together quite closely.
Yeah. Well, I call him my favourite weirdo.
Oh, see, now I like that scrolling thing that you got going on.
Yeah.
Check that out, folks. Lesson to be learned there, people. Just saying. Cool. 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 We like. We like.
Hmm.
Just got a couple more lines to do on here.
Have you had chance, Andy, to catch anybody today?
I have to admit, no. I have been doing DIY. I went for a run in the morning, and I'm trying to do wallpapering very quickly, and I dislike DIY with a passion.
Wallpapering quickly, that doesn't go in the same sentence.
No, it doesn't.
My least favourite exercise.
Yes. Must admit, I don't like wallpapering.
No, my partner fortunately takes her time with it and maps it out. I just want to get it on the wall and cover it in glue personally, and then it goes wrong, unsurprisingly.
That's why I don't wallpaper.
Yeah. Plaster it and
Paint
paint
is
it.
your friend. Yeah. Paint is
Plaster
your
it,
friend.
paint it.
Oh, QQQQ. What time is there where you're in your video? Hey, what time is it there where you are? Oh, right, okay. What time is it here? It is 6:20 in the afternoon.
Gosh.
And Owl's Way?
I'm
I'm
going
assuming
on.
we've got some international viewers then. Let's have a competition. Who is watching us from the furthest away from England?
Yeah, where are you?
Oh, I'm on the south coast. That's not that far.
You're further than me. I'm in Surrey.
Surrey.
Yeah.
Ah, lovely part of the country.
Well, it's not bad. I have to admit. Yes, it's okay.
Yes, jolly good.
Oh, we've got someone in FL. I'm assuming that's Florida. Oh,
Yeah.
Detroit, Michigan. Oh, they just beat Tennessee.
Oh,
Crikey, we've got some Northern Ireland. That's awesome. West Sussex.
Keith, you're not winning with West Sussex, mate.
No,
Oh.
Wyoming. Oh, I'm trying to think of my American geography now. Who's furthest away?
West Yorkshire. Steve, you're dreaming, sunshine. You're still in England.
Yeah, that's one.
Oh, whoa.
Okay, so we got a lot of people from the US on the call. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is, yeah, absolutely amazing. Welcome, guys. My crazy hour.
from where they make cookies.
Yeah. My sister lives in the States. She's in Boston.
Gerard, the French Turners from in a rebel country, Cork Island, the Republic. I'm a part of. Oh no, not anymore. I was going to say the Empire, but that doesn't exist, does it?
Turn
Anyway,
the other way.
let's not go there.
Yeah, it's
I have to
probably
keep
best not
turning
talk
this
about
way. I've got my camera stand there, and it's in my way.
Is there anyone from Australia, mate? Come on, where's Damo?
That would make it what time in the morning?
Oh,
quite early, wouldn't it?
Yeah, very early.
Someone wants mashed potato. Why mashed potato?
I like mashed potato.
Well,
Yeah, me
I
too.
have potatoes in mashed format.
Yeah. Okay. So there's
Sausages.
that bit done. There's a couple of
Awesome.
pieces I couldn't get just there because the camera stands there.
Okay.
But pull that over there, and then we'll go on to the mallet.
Ain't she good, look?
Put this. Oh, doesn't want to go
I likes
in.
that. I likes that a lot.
What's that?
Your hammer.
Thank you.
Your mallet.
Now put in poplar.
Oh.
I think was this 8mm thick, Phil?
It looks chunky.
Yeah, because I like them. What I like the back plate just slightly smaller. The back plate's normally about 6mm, and then
Yeah.
the insides are normally 8mm because it gives me room for carving the shape. But also, I like it protruding. Nearly lost my word then. I like it protruding just over the back plate, so it gives a nice 3D effect.
Nice. See, learn something new every day.
Yeah, you do. Every day's a school day. Every day's a school
Indeed.
day. Again? Oh, right. Sorry, Phil was reading the comments. Yeah. I can't hear him properly because I've got headphones on.
Die. Oh, there's Die in the chat. I didn't see Die.
Yeah, he was first one in.
Oh, was he? Hey,
Yeah.
good lad. Hey up, Chuck.
If anybody's got any questions about anything, just shout up. A couple of cues in the comments. Happy to
Rex
answer, and if
has one.
I can't, I have plenty of people here that can.
Rex has got one, mate.
Yep.
On a typical project, how many blades and special type blades will you use? Will what one blade / blades do the job?
Generally, I can get one blade most of the way through a project. There's only sort of sometimes that if I've used a thicker blade for something and been lazy and not changed it, then it'll ping off when I'm going around a tight corner. But other than that, it's generally one blade per project, and I do cut quite a bit. But if obviously I'm cutting smaller amounts, then it lasts typically 2 projects. I did put a fresh blade in today though, so it didn't ping off.
Question about blades.
Yep.
What particular size of blade do you use?
When you're going through thicker wood, it's generally a higher size, so like a 5 or a 7 if you're going through sort of chunky stuff. At the moment, I'm using a 3, even though this is a thick piece, but it's poplar. Even though it's a hard wood, it is quite soft, so it will go through it quite well. So the thinner your wood, you can use thinner, smaller blades. But then obviously the thicker your piece, you want the higher blades.
Lovely. Thank you.
That's okay. Welcome.
Oh, we have Pam in the chat.
Hi, Pam.
Pam.
How you doing?
For all your resin casting needs.
Yes,
Pam's
she did
Highland
UV
box.
just. It was absolutely brilliant.
Ooh.
My mum was glued to it.
Do you want to get that one, Andy? Or are you cool?
Sorry?
Do you want to get that question, or shall I?
Oh, sorry. Kez, how long have you been scroll sawing?
Since October.
Really?
Yeah, since October.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
And you just happened to get this bad boy of a scroll saw in that time.
Was Phil. Phil bought it for Christmas. Dremel very kindly sent me a moto saw to play with, and I just fell in love. I really did. So it's Dremel's fault. So, Mr. Clooney, it's your fault.
We do get blamed for quite a lot, I'm afraid.
Eh?
We do get blamed for quite a lot, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Though
No, I
technically,
can't. I'm not blaming. It is absolute. I love what I do. I'm still learning. I learn something new every time I switch the scroll saw on. So, but even though I have this one, I still use the moto saw on a regular basis, because that is, even though it's tiny, it is a beast. It goes through. I had it going through like 28 mil thick wood, and it just went its way. So can't complain.
yeah, you have to say that because I'm on the call.
No. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it.
No, I know.
Yes.
If I don't like something, I'll tell you.
No, I figured that out. That's why I like working with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you find, Kez? Did you find picking up how to use? I know you say you learn something new every time you use a scroll saw, but did you pick up the basics quite easily? Was it?
Yeah, very easily. I'm quite lucky in the fact that I can generally watch something and I kind of like have not photographic memory, but very, very similar, so I can kind of replicate. It does take a couple of attempts, but yeah. There we go for that.
I've met my equal.
Mallet done. Right, so can I have the bench camera, please? Thank you very
Exactly
much,
how
sir.
That's exactly how I learned to. Show
What's
me
that?
once.
Yeah,
and then
that's
it,
the
I'm
one.
off.
So I'm going to put that to one side. And this we will be shaping. So if this is too loud, just let me know and I will lift the microphone up. Oh, plug it in. Plug it in. So what I'm going to do now is just, knock that over. I'm just going to shape the handle round, so it gives a rounded effect. So what time are we on, guys?
We are at 28 minutes past. Leon.
Okay, that's good going. So all I'm going to do here is just round off the edges. Now this bit that I'm using is quite, actually let me show you. The bit that I'm using is quite a chunky bit. It's a high-speed cutter. I don't remember the number. I think it's a one.
I was looking for it.
I think it was 114 or 144. Sorry. And I use this. This is easier for rounding off the edges without putting little lines in that you have to sand out later.
I'm going to ask is why don't you go at it with a sanding drum straight away?
Because the sanding drum is actually very vicious on a smaller project. It's because it's chunky. But I don't use a lot of sanding drums, if I'm honest. I tend to use these little flap wheel things.
Okay.
Yes.
The abrasive.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, and they are much better for the intricate stuff that I do. So, is that noise okay, guys, or is it?
No, you're all right.
Okay.
I'm not so much those ones, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm more of the actual sanding flap wheel.
Yeah, I've got some of those, but they don't go down in the grits quite far enough. That one is 220, and I've got a white one on here that is a 120. So they just work really well. And then I finish it off with one of those, which is a 320, which takes it down to the point where I can burn.
I have to admit, I've never used the flat wheels before, but I sent some to Dean, and he loved me for it. So,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yes, I do as well, mate. I'll be honest.
They
Yeah,
are
'cause,
absolutely brilliant.
I do have some intricate balustrades on a stairway to do, but as you said, Kez, I've originally gone at other pieces of wood with a sanding drum and absolutely
Yeah.
destroyed it. So I'm
Yeah.
a little bit cautious about trying
They
it
are
on.
very vicious. They're great if you've got to, you're sort of not doing intricate things. But when you're doing intricate things, it's a bit of a killer. That's where the grain's
bless you.
changing.
Oh.
JP is asking, is that an actual flat disc? That's tiny. Yeah, that is the size
Yeah,
of
it is.
a flat disc.
There we go. They are absolutely amazing. Okay, so right, go that way. Right, so what I've got here is a bit of tear out, so where the grain is changing in the wood. So now we've got to go this way. So with these high-speed cutters, you've just got to watch where your grain changes and take it with the grain rather than against the grain.
Amen, sister.
Yeah, I found, Kez, with that, what we often find is when we give the cutters to the new interns we get in, and we
Yeah.
start doing wood carving, I have to explain to them to follow the grain and move the material simply
Yeah.
because it starts bouncing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just tears it. It just tears it. But if you follow the grain, it gives you a lovely, neat line. So, Phil is still here, but unfortunately, two mics in one room was not very good and was bouncing all over the place. So he's had to turn his mic off, but he is here. My operations manager, aren't you? He's grinning.
Mhm.
This way.
So if you guys like what Kez is doing, give her a thumbs up. And give her a subscribe as well.
Yes, I've been trying to get better at YouTube. Still fathoming that one out. But, just want to say, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. Taking your time out of your day to watch my crazy hour. Okay, so right, what I'm going to do here is just give you a rundown. What I normally do here, repeat a moment. There we go. Okay, so what we've got here is I've already shaped this handle. It just needs a little bit of sanding doing to it. And then what we're going to do is then burn the lines in. Okay, so here's what I did earlier. So that sounds still okay? Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just this. Yeah, just gets into all these little nooks and crannies.
I'm going to do an awful corporate plug here as well and say that those flat discs are part of the easy speed kit range, so really easy to change.
Yes, they are.
Different grits.
So just rounding everything off. So I've taken the edges off with the cutter, and say this just sanding the edges nicely as well. I think we'll get through more of these flat wheel things, these abrasive wheels, more than anything else. Phil's chuckling over there. What are you chuckling at?
Nothing. It was a moment of frustration with a certain member of my family. Agree.
So we've got the edges with that. That one there, this white one is a 120. So what I'm going to do now is change that for a
expertly done,
220.
Kez. Loving it.
I won't tell you I practiced earlier. But yeah, just going over the same thing again. You know, it's sanding at the end of the day. It's boring. If you can make the job quick, then, you know, that's what you want, isn't it?
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you can see, it's not not aggressive, whereas the drums are quite aggressive. So. So we're just going to finish off with a light sand over with, I can't do it again now, look. I'm going to do this with a 320.
We're going to have to get you in for our next customer presentation because you're doing a lot better than I would do.
Thanks.
And I know how easy it is. It's just frustrating when it is that moment when you need it to work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's always the case, though, isn't it? Generally, when I wood burn, I go to an absolute minimum of 320, sometimes 400. I've known people go right down to 1,000 grit to make it super smooth. Now, when you wood burning, what you want to do is make sure the burner is gliding over the top of your wood. Now, if you've got rough wood, it's going to make it all bumpy and really hard to burn. So we're just going to get in these edges here. This flat bit. Just to make it nice and smooth, because we're going to burn the lines on this one next. Sorry? 38, okay, right. Need to get rocking and rolling then. Right, so we start off with this burner, because we want lines. What I'm going to do is burn in these hard lines. Put it that way. Is that better for you to see?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, we'll rock and roll with that one then. Okay, so
I just realized you asked that question, Kez, and I'm sitting and nodding my head, and you obviously can't see that.
No, I can't see you, darling.
Fortunately, Andy's on top of it.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
That's all right. It amazes me that it's me that's on top of it, to be fair. He's there. He's boom.
I think Phil just didn't want his mic to work.
Yeah, I think that might be right.
He doesn't like cameras and stuff.
I don't blame him.
I know.
I heard that. I am here, you know.
Yeah.
We've got JP's made a comment that she loves watching you, Kez.
Yeah.
And you, Andy, as well. It makes her want to start carving again, but she's only got a Dremel stylus.
Go for it.
I'm assuming
Jeffy's a bloke.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's one of the old stylus instead of a Stylo Plus. But still, you can do wood carving with them. You just have to think about the hardness of the wood, how long the battery will last, and what you want to do.
Well, if I'm honest, this here is only a 4,000. You know, so it does absolutely fantastic. It does everything I throw at
Absolutely.
it. Actually, the 4000 is my favourite. I must admit.
Fortiflex all the way.
I have got one of those, but I just find that the actual handle itself is really heavy. So that's why I tend to favour this here, because it's nice and light, and like the stylo, it's still nice and light. So it would be easier for carving and getting into some nooks and crannies.
Yeah, I mean, I love the setup you got up there with the. At least you've got the power of the 4000 with the flexibility of the flexible shaft.
Yeah.
Yep.
The flexible shaft is a game changer. It really is. Trying to carve with just like the old 3000s that didn't come with the flexi shafts. Yeah, that's hand aching. But
Although
yeah,
I have to admit, we are replacing the 4000 soon.
yeah.
Just warning you.
Well, I'm glad I've got one still then.
It'll be an upgraded version. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Cool.
sounds pretty cool. So, but yeah, if you've got a stylus, go for it. And sometimes when you haven't got the most amazing tools, you tend to think outside the box as well.
Yeah.
Which is a really good thing.
You
don't need top-notch tools all the time to do things. Yes, they're nice, but sometimes budgets don't allow and you have to wait for things. But yeah, you get around things.
I mean, JP's come back with the battery seems to go down quite quickly. When she's carving, which depending on the hardness of the wood, how the largeness of the carving bit you're using, and the amount of pressure you're putting on and trying to remove, it will run batteries down quite quickly. So it might be have a think about doing a smaller piece or doing little bits at a time.
Also, another top tip is don't press into your wood. Don't yes, if you've got a lot to remove, don't press in too far. Let the bit do the work. So if you have to pass over a few extra times, then let it do it. Your bits will last longer, and obviously your battery will last a bit longer too.
Yeah.
Don't force it.
No. So here we go. So what time are we on, guys?
42 minutes gone.
Okay. Looking good. So
Almost.
this go on.
Sorry. No.
I was just going to say this wood burner here is for my intricate work. This is obviously a little rushed than what I would normally do. Just obviously to try and fit as much as we can in the time slot.
Kez, it looks absolutely terrible. Seriously,
Thanks.
mate. Shocking. I mean,
I'm gonna send it to you, Andy. You can have it. You can have the terrible one, just for calling it terrible.
Unbelievable.
You're not gonna make
honestly, mate. You're not. That is an epic piece you've done there. So just now.
This looks terrible. Yeah, of course it does, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're your own biggest critic, aren't you?
True.
You always criticize your own stuff. So yeah, just filling
that's
in the
epic. I'm telling
details. What I need to do is
getting
this
me
takes
up.
Yes, you have to heat it up. Not under the telly. Of a hot telly. Yeah. What I do is my intricate work with this one, and the Versatip does my grunt work.
Right. I'm interested to see how you work the Versatip, because it's something that I have, and I've had mixed results. I don't know if it's because of me, and I was
which tip are you using?
It's a good question. I've gone through a few various ones, trying different various, like the flat.
Rounded,
But
but then it's got a
it's
flat
my
end.
ignorance with a pyro. That's
Yeah.
all it is. It's my ignorance with the pyro. It's not.
Okay, so what we've got there, that
It's knowing how much pressure you put on and things like that, and
just
temperatures of like the burn. And
it just
do I need to have it on full Monty or sort of semi
this,
or?
as you can see, the tip that I use,
That's
I
what I
use
need.
this. I use this one all the time. That is the only one I use. I don't use any other on this. The temperature is down to the bottom. It's right down low.
Oh right,
Okay.
okay.
What we're going to do is swap that one for that one. Okay, because that one's done. And all I'm going to do is
Like-
use the edge of the flat piece just to drag upwards.
Yeah, Andy, once you've got the Versa tip heated up, you don't need to keep it on really high temperature.
No.
You can actually damage the workpiece. You can sometimes heat the tip up so much it will bend, depending on how much pressure you're getting on. So yeah,
And whatever you do, do not unscrew a tip while it's hot. You will wreck your thread.
Yeah, and it burns your fingers as well.
yeah, don't touch them
no,
either.
a lot of people try and undo them with pliers, and it just wrecks the thread because the metal is so hot, both threads, and it just cross threads them, and you can't get back in again.
Must have done that with a few soldering irons in my time, I think.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. You know, I've done it. Hence why I know, and I've learned by that mistake. You're not doing that again.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that I've picked up a tip that I thought had cooled down, and it turned out it hadn't.
Yeah.
We'll make mistakes.
Yeah.
I used to do that quite a bit when I was blacksmithing. I went through a phase of blacksmithing, and like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's been there long enough now. Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. My eldest lad's got a forge. I think he's gearing up to use. He did use it a few years ago when he first bought it, but it's been in the workshop since. I nearly used it as a barbecue the other week. It's a coal forge, so it's not a,
Nice.
Yeah,
Same as mine.
Yeah, a little square. It's just a farrier's forge. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've made mine myself.
Yeah,
Got
awesome.
steel plate, drilled holes in it for ventilation attached.
Yeah.
The air thing underneath, with scaffold pipe and various other bits and bobs.
Yeah.
And then made a chimney and a back out of sheet steel. Chuck your coal on the top and off you go. Woof. Yes. Bang with the bang bang. I've melted quite a few pieces of steel.
Have you made anything?
Yeah. I've made a kitchen knife.
Oh, cool.
Chef's knife. That's pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
Quite proud of that.
Nice.
Made a what do you call it? A Kadashi knife.
Yeah.
Marking knife type thing, and some razor blades from old drills, like drill bit.
Cool.
That was quite cool.
I have it back on Tabby Bike on.
That's just that was really weird. I heard it and then I heard it through my headphones.
Right, Kez, just a time check, mate. You're at 10-2 just.
Okay, brilliant.
Going back to your point, Kez, earlier with the wood cutting bits to go over things a few times. Same with the pyrography, watching you do it there, and that you're not trying to do it in one go.
No. What I do, I tend to go for doing the darkest parts first, because as you can see here, I've got a dark part and I'm fading it out. And it's easier to fade and blend the burn from darker to lighter. So that's why you go over. Now, as you can see, I've started here quite a few times, and you just stroking. I'm just stroking wood. That's all I can say.
All right.
It's not that late in the evening, honey.
Does it have to be late?
I don't know. Apparently, this has turned into a carry-on film.
I say.
Oh dear me. But yeah, it's not as bad as you when you're 69.
Very true.
And you were running.
I I saw another one today. I took a picture next to a sign that said Lodge Bottom. It just made me giggle.
You're just a big kid, really, aren't you, Andy?
I am, very much so, yes.
That's the best way to be. So, but yeah.
Oh, you got to stop at all the comical names.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's why I got my Stormtrooper helmet, so I can do a silly little dance at all of these random places that I pass on my travels to Scotland.
Yeah.
Cockermouth sounds quite fun.
Yeah, Cockermouth does always make me laugh.
So, is anybody in the chat that can tell me the silliest place, the silliest name place that they've been to or seen?
Slaggyford.
Really?
Yep,
Nice.
it's an actual place. It's where my auntie used to have a farm.
Cool.
There you go. Nah.
Oh, we got a question. What inspired the username Spirit and Bear?
Oh, hi, Simon. I'm Bear and Phil is Spirit. And we used to play in the COD leagues, and we used to play COD 4 in the leagues, and we just kept the names going after we left the team. So yeah.
Oh, we've got a few place names as well. We've got Norbone, Eggington, Pratt's Bottom, Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Really? Oh my gosh. Awesome.
Intercourse.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Why not? It's funny.
No.
8 minutes left. Ooh, don't forget, guys. Next is Cammy's Garage or Cammy's Garage, depending on what side of the pond you're on. Links in the chat. And then there is Wayne the Woodturner afterwards. So grab yourself a coffee and get yourself comfy.
All right.
Coffee, water, juice, tea, whatever, beverage of anything, whatever floats your boat.
Rum floats boats.
Yes, it does.
Arr.
Blue Balls PA, cool. we live down the road from a lane it's called Lady Hole Lane. It's actually the next road down to is
All
Lady
of a
Hole
sudden,
Lane.
you get like 50 million thumbs down on your.
Honestly, it is literally the next road down is called Lady Hole Lane, and they have a Lady Hole house on there as well, a big manor. Yes, no, I wouldn't.
Lower Dicker and Upper Dicker. It's good that there's
Really, that's pretty cool. Oh, Wankum in Germany. That's pretty cool. What was wrong with our state? Yeah, I could. Oh dear me, some of them are funny.
We do have some. Blue Balls is apparently next to Intercourse, but I have to say you're probably doing it wrong if that's the outcome.
Yeah.
I will warn you that Simon on there is only 13, so yeah.
Simon, naughty boy, encouraging such things from adults. You're a bad influence on us, young man. We like you.
He's a pretty cool chap.
We like you a lot. Come again.
He's my best friend's son. So
Is he?
yeah.
Is he a maker in himself? Does he do little makey things, or is he just? Is it
He is
curiosity?
absolutely amazing at building Lego.
Oh, wicked!
Yeah,
Oh man,
he's
my own
built
heart.
so many things from Lego, and not just like with the oh, I've got 5 minutes left. No, not just like with the instructions and the sets and stuff. He actually thinks outside the box, and he's done all sorts of things. I saw this. His mum showed me this gun that he'd done, and he'd actually built a magazine to go inside it, and the gun was all out of Lego. It was absolutely amazing.
I've got a challenge for you, Simon. An AT-AT from Star Wars.
He loves
Lego
Star
mate.
Wars.
Oh, I have a treat for
He
you.
loves-
I know what I will be wearing when we end. Then.
Okay, so right, I'm going to put that down for a minute. Okay, cause there's another one I made earlier. So there we go. Okay, so what I do now is on this is I will take a white pencil. Where did the white pencil go? Oh, it's over there on the scroll sort. Give me a second. So what I do is then go around with just a white pencil, Crayola. This is a Prismacolor Crayola, any white pencil. And what I would do here is just go over the highlights. And if you just go over with these, then what it does, obviously on this camera it's not so fantastic, but generally it makes the actual wood burning pop. So, and then it gives it more depth with obviously the darker and the lighter colours.
Cool.
Like it. Guys, don't forget to
3
check
minutes.
out Cami, who's on next. The link's in the description. Thank you very much to Carl and Jamie and Dale
For setting up this.
setting everything up. I know a lot of work goes into it, and Dale does a lot of the computer stuff. So. And uploading all the bits and bobs. So very much a thank you to the guys putting this on.
That's not good.
There we go. Check that out, folks.
That is awesome.
So, I just want to say thank you everybody for watching and taking your time out of your day to visit everybody in the Virtual Craft Festival. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the time with the guys. Oh, I've got my head cut off, look. So I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
You off? Yeah.